Hello students, we are going to start our chapter 18 pollution of air and water. In this chapter we are going to learn about air pollution, effects and prevention of air pollution, pollution, effects and prevention of water pollution and purification of water. So we are going to start with the air pollution. What is air pollution? Air pollution is nothing but the harmful and undesirable substance that get added to the air, leading to the air pollution. Such harmful and undesirable substances are called as pollutants. The substances which are harmful and undesirable, which are not required in the air, are called as pollutant. The most common air pollutants are dust particles, carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide, and nitrogen dioxide. These are the most common air pollutants. Next, sources of air pollution. The sources of air pollution are the number of vehicles that has been steadily increasing along with the rapid increase in the population of the country. As the number of population is increasing, the number of vehicles are increasing, which are the major cause of the air pollution. Industrial emissions from the chimneys, oil refineries, factories are the main cause of air pollution. The minute particles of carbon and other pollutant which are suspended in the air to form suspended particulate matter, SPM. So this SPM may cause lung diseases, and this led to the disturbance in the process of the photosynthesis in plant. So the dust particles or the minute particles of carbon which are present in the air are called as suspended particulate matter. We use chlorofluorocarbon in the refrigerators and air conditioning systems. This chlorofluorocarbon is also one of the major cause of air pollution. It helps in the depletion of the ozone layer. Next, effects of air pollution. Global warming, acid rain, and depletion of ozone are the effects of air pollution. Global warming. The carbon dioxide gas is released by the humans and animals during the breathing. It is used in the process of photosynthesis by plant. But due to the human activities like burning of the fuels and emission of the fumes from the automobiles and factories, the amount of carbon dioxide in the air is increasing at the faster rate. This rapid deforestation is reducing the number of trees, thereby increasing the amount of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere more. The carbon dioxide in the atmosphere traps the heat reflected from the earth, which increases the temperature during the day. This is called as greenhouse effect. And the gases like methane, nitrous oxide, water vapor in the air acts like carbon dioxide, traps the sunlight, leading to the greenhouse effect. These gases are called as greenhouse gases. Now the temperature of the earth is increasing due to the increase in the high amount of carbon dioxide and greenhouse gases in the atmosphere. This effect is called as global warming. Next, acid rain. The pollutants like oxides of sulfur, that is sulfur dioxide, nitrogen dioxide, reacts with the water vapor to form the acid like sulfuric acid and nitric acid. These acid, when mixes with the rain and falls, they form acid rain. Acid rain changes the composition of the soil and affects the plant life. Next, depletion of ozone. Ozone layer is a layer of ozone gas that prevents the ultraviolet rays from of the sun entering the atmosphere of the earth. It protects the living organism from the harmful effect of ultraviolet radiation. But the substances like chlorofluorocarbon, which are used in the refrigerator and air conditioning, reach in the atmosphere and cause the thinning of the ozone layer. Due to the thinning of the ozone layer, a hole has been created in this layer called as ozone hole, due to which UV rays can easily enter the Earth atmosphere and it can cause the damage to the eyes and skin, causing the skin cancer. So this is the depletion of ozone. Next, effects of air pollution on human beings and plants and animal. SPM, suspended particulate matter, cannot be filtered by the hairs in our nostril. So they are the major cause of many lung diseases. Next, carbon monoxide is the gas that mixes with the blood and prevents it from carrying the oxygen, leading to the carbon monoxide poisoning. The air pollutant causes the irritation to the nose, eyes, throat, and lungs. Next, long-term exposure to the polluted environment can cause severe respiratory problems like asthma, bronchitis, and lung cancer. Smoke, soot particles, oxides of carbon, sulfur, nitrogen, which are present in the exhaust of fumes of automobiles and industries. These pollutants in the air, along with the fog and sunlight, when they get mixed, they form a complex compound that gets trapped in the fog, which is called as photochemical smog. Now, how to prevent the air pollution? We can prevent deforestation and encourage afforestation. Stop cutting the trees and plant more amount of trees. It can prevent the air pollution. Next, use of alternative fuels like LPG and CNG in the vehicle, liquefied petroleum gas and compressed natural gas in the vehicle reduces the emission of carbon compounds in the air, which can be helpful in preventing the air pollution. Use of catalytic converters in the exhaust of the motor vehicles convert harmful carbon monoxide and nitrogen dioxide gases into less harmful carbon dioxide, nitrogen, and water. So we have to use catalytic converters. Next, we can use solar water heater, LPG. They can be used for cooking and heating of the water, which saves the energy and reduces the air pollution. Next, water pollution and sources of water pollution. Water is needed for drinking, bathing, washing, and many other purposes. Due to increase in the population and industrial use, the demands of water has gone up. But the availability of the clean water consumption is a problem due to the increased level of pollution in the water body. So sources of water pollution are sewage, industrial effluents, fertilizers, and pesticides. These are the main sources through which the water get polluted. Next, prevention of water pollution. Treatment of sewage water. Treatment of sewage water from the cities before being let off into the water sources. Using of biodegradable fertilizers and pesticides. If we use biodegradable fertilizers and pesticides, it will lead to the prevention of water pollution. We should follow modern irrigation methods like drip irrigation. Drip irrigation should be used instead of flooding the water in the fields. That is wasting of water. So we can use drip irrigation. Water recycling. Water recycling is one method that can be used to clean up the wastewater, and it is used for watering the plants and washing purpose. We can recycle the water. Next, avoiding waste of water at home. Wastage of water at home. We should not open the taps while brushing our teeth. Leakage of the taps, we should check the leakage of the tap so that it can prevent the water from pollution, means so that the water cannot be wasted. Next, potable water. The water which is free from pollutant and suitable for human consumption is called as potable water. Potable water should be free from germs and harmful chemical that causes the diseases. To make the water potable, different techniques are used. The best way to purify the water is boiling the water for 15 minutes. Boiling the water to 15 minutes, it helps in killing off the microorganisms present inside it. Ultraviolet light water filters and ROs can be used to make the water potable. So these are the various kinds of the filters through which we can make the water fit for drinking. Next, purification of water. Water can be purified in the water treatment plant. The different steps which are involved in the water treatment plant are: water from the rivers is pumped into the water treatment plant and passed into the bar screen to remove the plant material and solids. First, the plant materials and the solids has to be removed. Next, coagulation. It is a process in which the dirt particles and large object dissolved in the water removed and alum is added to the water. In this second step, all the dirt particles, dissolved particles, large objects which are dissolved in the water are removed and alum should be added to that. In the third step, sedimentation, the water is allowed to stand in a big tank so that all the suspended particles get settled down at the bottom. Next, filtration. After sedimentation, it should be followed by filtration. The water is passed through the filter made of sand and gravel that removes the solid impurities, and this process is called filtration. After filtration, the last step is to kill the microorganisms. In order to get a water free from microorganism, chlorine gas is passed into that, which helps in killing of the microorganism. This process is called as chlorination. So these are the steps involved in the water treatment plant so that the water can be made free from dirt, impurities and microorganisms. In this way, purification of water is done. Till here, your chapter has been completed. Thank you.